Hi, this is Sean Chalfin, and I am going to make a quick presentation on how I allege I have been defrauded for 3 years at GoDaddy. These relay links right here were always installed after I built my websites. Here is hotel.beer, and notice these Apple Touch icons right here. Notice the relay Apple Touch favicons, and these are what I call a favicon hack. Now here is logo.clothing with the Apple Touch icons. This is Vegas.baby. And here are the Apple Touch icon relays. And I complained about this for 3 years almost with my Premier Services rep, because these relays were always installed above this title line right here. And the title line would never get discovered by SEO. There's the title line. Here is the title. But these relays right here kept SEO from discovering my site. And they were constantly hacked like this every single time I built the site. And there's the title, and here are the relays. And then I discovered a significant document that helped me discover how these relays were being installed. And this is GoDaddy's SEO tool. And GoDaddy's SEO tool also discovered the hack. Watch this. This is a replay back when the sites were up and working. Up here to you. And so just go through it. And then when you get to that, create a title for the page. Do Black Scorpion hyphen custom suits and custom shirts or something like that. The one that.
What phrase best describes this page? Men's suits, custom suits, or custom shirts?
Custom suits. Custom suits.
Okay.
And then the next window will be pick a title, I think.
Okay.
So I think it's the first one, Black Scorpion, custom clothing, then custom, whatever that one is. What is the first one?
Right. Black Scorpion, custom clothing, custom suits, custom shirts.
That's your title. And then I showed you that title when we right-clicked and all those relays were in front of it, okay? Now,
okay. You want to hit next on this?
Next.
Page description.
What's it say?
Already got one in there.
Okay, move forward, yep.
No title or headline found. Unable to optimize your site because there's no title or headline.
There you go. Now your site, that's the first time I've seen this error. Now, I'm so pissed right now. So, okay, that is, I pulled the wrong video. That is another Premier Services agent who filled out a ticket because GoDaddy's own optimization tool caught this relay hack. This is a video I wanted, Cars.flights, which is one of my biggest websites. Now, this is what I walked him through. Now, all of my sites did this. This is Cars.flights. And so I've already gone through this once, and it rejected it. So we're going to start optimizing. And we're going to cruise right through here. And cars. Our page title. Choose a page title for the search results. We're going to choose Cars.flights. Here we go. This is the SEO title. We're going to click yes. I've already done this. And it says no title or headline found. So it's going to ask me to come in here and re-edit. So, and it does. It takes you right back to the beginning because, and it says there's no title page. And that is GoDaddy's SEO tool catching this relay link. Then I discover a 12,000 page document about 1.5 months before the DNS hijacking, the global warning for DNS hijacking. And I discover that these relays are from Lakana, and GoDaddy panicked. They knew I knew. And this is the information they deleted when they deleted my websites. They deleted evidence of fraud. They deleted how they were stealing my traffic and rediverting it to either Fastly, Lakana, Expedia, I allege, or even indirectly through kayak.com. And this is, so again, here's hotel.beer, and there are the Apple Touch icons. Here is my title title line, and all these relays are above. And then I find this document here. And this document, the one I discovered, is 12,000 pages. I took this out of here because I wanted to just show a quick little snippet. But these are the relays and the Apple Touch icons that Lakana has installed in the header of my websites. And they even have left in these relays is their Google Analytics number. In these relays are Facebook screen names, LinkedIn screen names, and notice this browsehappy.com. Browse Happy. But in this case, they have hijacked hotel.beer. But they did this to every one of my websites, where they're hijacking the root certificates from GoDaddy, and this is Lakana. And they're getting, that's right here. And they're redirecting the traffic with these relays. So here is the Apple Touch icon from Lakana and the Favicon ICOs. And so when I also, and GoDaddy freaked when I showed them that, by the way. They got real quiet. And then in that 12,000 page document, it was 12,028 pages, I found a GoCentral event attached to a GoDaddy AdWords account, which I don't have. That is not my account. And somebody is in there, and that account was on 3 pages of 12,000. And then I moved my account away to Network Solutions, and then those guys followed me. And what I mean by that is when I built this site over at Network Solutions and name.com, here are these relays installed again. But notice this Browse Happy, you are using a browser. Browse Happy, upgrade your browser. And there is the Browse Happy script. Upgrade your browser to improve your experience with all this jargon right here. Right there. So Lakana followed me over to Network Solutions. And I allege GoDaddy did too, because they have control of my A records. Now, this is going to be a fascinating story. I called the parent company. I did research and called the parent company of Lakana, which happens to be Nexstar Media Group. And I told their general counsel, Elizabeth Yost, I believe, and said, you know, Lakana is backlinking and cross-site scripting using Varnish on the state of New York's website, including 206,000 other websites, and they're using my domains to do it. And they've been stealing from me for 3 years. Lakana. And every time I build a website at GoDaddy, Lakana injected their relays in the header. And I told Elizabeth this on April 16th, 2019. On April 16th, 2019, I told her about Lakana. Within 2 days, here's SUIT.STYLE. There were no relays. For the first time in 3 years. Now, I had been asking my Premier Services rep to remove these relays for 3 years, and they're gone. Now, the site's still hacked. I notice Basekit down here. Who is Basekit? So, there is a relay link right here. But you didn't have all those other Favicon relays. But this one, the site's still hacked. But I didn't recognize Basekit. So, by the way, in this segment, these are all the accounts I discovered that were deleted. All of this was deleted when GoDaddy deleted my websites. They deleted the evidence, and I had been showing them this. But these are the accounts that I discovered in my websites. The Google Analytics account from Lakana, a Google AdWords account, or GoDaddy AdWords account. That's GoDaddy, actually. An Amazon Oz login, a Yoast Google user content account number. All of those were deleted when they deleted the evidence in my emails. So, who's Basekit? So, in my pursuit to find new redirects on my website, SUIT.STYLE, I go to a service called Website Checker, makeyourwebsitebetter.com, and I notice an A record and a second A record, and a domain should only have one A record. And then I discover there's actually a 4A record, and that comes over here, and with these name servers that I recognize Australia in, with these .aus. But there is a new IP address in the A record, a second A record, 208.91.197.27. Now, I still haven't found out what Basekit is until I get down here and find this. This is where my domain is pointed at name.com, but down here, there is that new IP address with a code to it. A code to it down here. And I come down here and I find Basekit. And Basekit has installed a 15-year SSL certificate on my domain SUIT.STYLE. And there is the SSL serial number. So, who's Basekit? And there you can see that GoDaddy, I originally had and it's still active, this SSL certificate. It gets referred to Cloudflare, and then Basekit kicks it up right here. And they put a 15-year SSL certificate on it. And it comes down here, and here is the injection. The injection into the URL of all of this malware. And that SVG file right here. So now Basekit has hit my radar, and I'm going to go over here, and that was 2 days after I called Elizabeth Yost, General Counsel. Basekit's now in the header. I come over here on now April 23rd, and I run the same check on suit.style. There is that same second A record, and there's also a 4A record. And there's that name server, those 4 name servers I don't recognize. And I come down and look at the SSL certificates again, and you got all these errors because my site's not getting. And now I find Basekit had turned my SSL certificate into a Let's Encrypt SSL certificate. And not just one, there's 7 Let's Encrypt SSL certificates here. 3 there and 4 here. There's 6. 1. And then they just they completely hijacked the domain. And with the Let's Encrypt. And that was Basekit to Let's Encrypt. So who's Basekit? There's the big question. Who's Basekit? So I come over here and I do, and here is Basekit now freshly installed doing the redirecting, but it's below the title page. And that's new right there. But so I do, and by the way, this was shortly after I see that Basekit's right here accessing the domain at the Amazon servers again when I've already pointed it away to Network Solutions. So Basekit, I did a who is I can, and their contact information is meshdigital.com. Meshdigital. So and they're in London. Both of these companies, Basekit and Meshdigital. So there's Meshdigital, London. And there is another of SUIT.STYLE. The certificate expires in 15 years. 2044. Who does that? There's the serial number. So I print out the receipt or the Let's Encrypt Basekit SSL certificate, which is 87 pages long, and type in the word Basekit. And here I see Basekit accessing the Amazon servers that I just showed you, were this exact line. And I'll show you again. So right here, that exact line, Basekit, there it is right here. And Basekit has logins, I believe, in here, or account numbers. Now, whatever that is. So, who's Basekit? Or who's Meshdigital? So I type in Meshdigital because that's the contact information for Basekit. Meshdigital, because they're stealing from me. And it redirects right back to GoDaddy. And I am jaw dropped. GoDaddy has followed me to Network Solutions. GoDaddy is continually stealing from me. Now, there's something I want to point out here. This second IP address, where is that? And why are they pointing me there? Why is Basekit pointing me there with this 15-year SSL certificate that they turned in 7 Let's Encrypt? And here's what I found out. Not only is Basekit hacking SUIT.STYLE, there's the same IP address in bikini.clothing. And there's multiple IP records attached to this domain. And this right here is part of Confluence. I did a who is search right here on 208, and it comes up as Confluence Networks here in United Arab Emirates. So here's my domain, eyes.care. with multiple A records. Here is red.style. Multiple A records. Skin.shopping. That is the United Arab Emirates one. They're hacking it because GoDaddy is still controlling the A records of my domains. And this Confluence Networks, is using Network Solutions as a mask. And their address at Jacksonville, Florida, and Network Solutions is on top of this, or name.com. And that number, which is not Jacksonville, I've called it. It's an internet number. It's a San Diego extension area code, but it goes overseas. So, and here, check this out. Kayak.viajes, my biggest domain, and I know where it's going. There's Confluence Networks. So, Basekit, mesh.digital, I want to do that one more time because it was so surprising. Mesh.digital turns right into GoDaddy. They're still stealing from me. So here's what happens when GoDaddy shares the root certificates with the people that are stealing from me. And the only way they can steal from me is if they point the A records to Amazon, and it allows these hackers to get to them. In this case, here is an example where hotels.viajes, one of my biggest domains, is being hijacked, DNS hijacking. And there is Akamai, who I allege is stealing it for Expedia. And there is the server where they're accessing the credentials of my domains. And I have shown this many times that this remains consistent. And there's hotels.viajes at GoDaddy. And hotels.viajes has an A record that it shouldn't have. And it has 4 IP addresses that the name servers are pointed to. They're stealing it. And it's just an awful, awful event. And when Expedia, I allege, hijacks hotels.viajes, like they have over and over again, they inject their script in my site first. Like in this example, there's June 5th, 2018, line by line, Expedia attacks my site. They update theirs 5 to 6 minutes later, line by line. That's June 5th, 9:49 a.m. This is June 5th, 9:43. Now, there is different. Here we go. This is hotels.viajes and Expedia side by side. The injection is exactly the same. That's called Traveltainment, which is in Germany. And then they don't name it Traveltainment over here. But it's line by line. The same. And I have 200 of these. Line by line. They're the same. It's crazy. And then when they sent me the transfer codes, they didn't unlock the domains. And so all of these big domains were ineligible to be transferred because GoDaddy didn't unlock the domains when they sent the transfer codes to me. This is fraud. It's outright fraud. And I'm not the only one they're doing it to.